What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to Western.ops. So I want to bring you this video talking about my new AR pistol build, and I want to talk about the application on why I set this up and why I wanted this firearm. So as you see, it has a shockwave blade on it, so we'll start off with that. So this is a pistol, not an SBR, and sorry if I reference it as a rifle. It's just force of habit when I'm talking about AR, but just know that I'm talking about an AR pistol if I happen to say that. So I just want to talk about the applications on what I see this firearm for and why I wanted to build it. And the best thing about it is it came in right around $300, a little over $300 for the base firearm or the base pistol, not including the optics or the flashlight in the front. So just want to talk about what I got and how it's working out so far. Probably have about 600-700 rounds to it so far. I've had it for since about March is when I actually got it. This was actually a gift. Someone gave it to me. It wasn't from the company. It was from some family members. So I already had the lower, and they just bought the upper kit from Palmetto State Armory. At the time of this video, they're actually selling for I think it was like $259 for the upper kit, and that comes with the whole upper assembly. It comes with the pistol grip, the shockwave blade, and it comes with all the trigger assembly too. So basically everything you need, minus the optics and the rear sight, the lower receiver. You'd have to get your own stripped lower receiver. Either you can order it from them, or you can order it from somewhere else, pick it up at your local gun shop, however you like to do it. So this is actually the Palmetto State Armory AR upper. This is their budget one. Like I said, it was $259 at the time of this video. When I got it, it was at $279. So it really bounces back and forth between $275 or $279 and $259, which is still a great price for almost a complete firearm. And then I went ahead and added some features on myself. So we'll start off with the upper assembly. So it did not come with this. This is a mag pull. I put that on myself. I actually had that sitting around. And oh yeah, the other thing is it comes in all black. I painted it green myself. So don't try and look for a green one online. And it comes with a 7075 T6 A3 forged upper. And then the barrel is a 10.5 inch carbine length barrel with the F mark front sight post already installed and everything. And it comes with an A2 flash hider. And then the barrel is not chrome lined, but they say it's a chrome moly. Yeah, it's a K2 plus grip. So it's a little bit, it's more vertical than what the original one is, and also has kind of a rubbery texture. Like it's a plastic overmold, kind of like the Hogue stocks and stuff like that. So it feels, it's more comfortable on your in your hand when you're holding it and stuff like that. So I like these grips a little bit more, and I also like the way this is a little bit more vertical versus more at an angle. And then it comes with the shockwave blade, and first time using shockwave blade, but so far it's working out. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more aggressive if it happens to hit your shoulder. You're not supposed to shoulder these. You're not supposed to buy these with the intent to shoulder them. You're supposed to use them as a pistol, but according to ATF, as of now, if it happens to hit your shoulder, it's not a federal crime. They've gone back and forth with that a couple times, but as of now, that's where it is. In the front, I put on it's a Surefire Defense flashlight, and it just has a pressure pad in the back, and then it has a little dial right here so you can loosen it up. So if you're worried about it bumping in your bag or anything like that, you just loosen it up, and that way it won't turn on unless you tighten that down and push the trigger. You have momentary on if you just hold it gently, or you can push it all the way in for a click, and then it'll stay on. And I'm using just a cheap UTG mount for that. This is actually stuff that I had sitting around. I used to have my this flashlight in my bug out bag, but I recently just threw it on this. And then I put a mag pull backup, the M-Bus plastic backup sight. It is going to be my backup, so as of right now it's plastic. Might switch that out to metal later, but I just had that. I had that sitting around from an old build, so went with that. It has a KAK. That's actually who makes the shockwave blade and also the buffer tube. It's a carbine length buffer tube. And then it is adjustable. It's not adjustable on the fly. You can't just push the button, but there is a set screw back here. And I think there's probably about 6 or 7 different little indentations right here on the buffer tube. So you can set it to where you want it and then just lock it down. I don't believe I used Loctite on that or anything. I just cinched it down pretty well, and it hasn't moved. You can put some Loctite on if you're worried about it moving around on you. It does have the forward assist and dust cover. And then I went through and I added on the Holosun acss. It's the 503G acss reticle. And then I have the primary arm flipped to the side, 3 times magnifier. And I get a lot of questions about that, about why I do that, and I'll explain that in a minute. And then also, when I shoot, I am right-handed guy, but I'm left-eye dominant. So I typically hold the rifle on, as a left-hander, I hold her on my left side shoulder, and trigger control and all that's with my left hand. So to make it a little easier for me when I'm loading in a new mag, I actually put the mag pull bad lever on it, and this thing is empty right now. I see the chamber's open, no mag or anything like that. But so I put the bad lever on it just to make it a little easier, so when I'm coming up and I throw the mag in, I can just hit this with my thumb. Or if I'm shooting prone or whatever else, it's easier for me just to come up and hit it with my thumb versus reaching around. One advantage shooting left-handed does have, though, you don't have the bad lever and you're holding it like this. With me at least, my fingers will reach the bolt release. So I do have that option of going both ways. And then, so I can just tap it like that. So if it is open, I can just hit it, or I can come in on this side and tap it with my thumb. It makes it a little easier if you want to hold the bolt back. When you're pulling it back, you just pull it back and then push it on the bottom here. So you push it in. So I kind of like them. And then the magnifier does have a quick detach, so it can come off and on pretty easily. And because it doesn't have a reticle in it, it's just a magnification. You don't have to worry about it losing zero, because no matter where it is, as long as you don't remove your actual red dot, it's not going to mess with your zero or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that if you do want to take it off, throw it in your bag, or put it back on. That's pretty much it for the base of the rifle. It does have, it's not ambi in any way, and it comes with a normal trigger package, which is, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it is something I might upgrade later, but it's been working fine. I haven't had any issues with it. Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about the acss. I plan on doing a full review on this reticle setup. The biggest reason I have the magnifier is I like to shoot, and when I come out, I don't want to be limited. I shoot a lot of long range. So with this acss reticle by Holosun and Primary Arms collaboration, you do have bullet drops out to 600 yard, and you do have ranging features. So I like to practice with that, and if it came down to it, where I live, it is kind of country around, so we do have some long distances. It's not like a big city. We still have a lot of farms and stuff like that around, so I would be able to reach out to 500-600 yards with this guy, no problem. If I got down, shoot prone off of something, I don't have any issues with shooting that far with this guy. The way it's designed, it does have ranging features in it, where you can range 18-inch targets at 300 and 400 yards using the chevron tip. If the target is on the outside of the chevron tip, at the bottom of the chevron tip, the outer edge, is 300 yards, 18-inch targets from shoulder to shoulder. If it's on the inside of the chevron tip, it is 400 yards, shoulder to shoulder. The acss, the bullet drop dots actually are 5 inches at 500 yards. So that kind of gives you a reference. If you know, the average head's about 10 inches big, and if it covers up just about half of it, you know he's right around 500 yards. So just hold that bullet drop on center mass and take your shot. You can range a target using the bullet drop and the chevron tip put together. So if you put the feet of the person you're shooting at or the target at 5 foot 10 inches, if he goes to the bottom of the chevron, where the outer part of it, then he's at 600 yards. If he goes to the bottom of the tip, then he's at 500 yards. And if he goes above the tip, then he's 400 yards and within. So then you can use the chevron to see if he's 300 yards. And then if he's still bigger than 300 yards, using the 18-inch target or using the 18-inch hold over the shoulders, then just hold right on, because anywhere from 0 out to 300 yards, you're basically just going to use a chevron tip. or not the chevron tip, but the chevron. And the other great feature is that chevron tip does give you an infinite small aiming point. So kind of talked a lot about this guy. So I wanted to take some rounds and shoot. I have targets set up. They're fairly close. It is still target, but I suggest. So I'm gonna shoot at an angle. I got the idea from like playing pool. When you're trying to hit a bank shot, you know, you hit against the rail, and it never comes straight back at you. It always is gonna go the same angle, just in the opposite direction. So that's the theory I'm going about it. So please don't try this at home, or don't try this yourself. I don't want to be responsible for anybody shooting themselves. I try to come up with this myself, so it's not advised by any steel company to shoot as close as I'm shooting. But let's take some shots. Okay, I'm not sure the exact distance of these. They are pretty close. I won't even imagine. They're probably within 3 targets within 50, 60 yards. They're spaced sporadically. You'll see in the video that I'll play right up here. So I'm going to try and just take a couple shots. Not going to go super quick. Want to get on target, but I'm just going to try and go a couple shots each target. So, yeah. So it's reliable. It's fun. It's easy. I do like using the magnifier. I shoot a lot with the LPVOs. So it's kind of comfortable for me just to shoot 2 eyes open and shooting with that. So I'm going to go through it one more time, and then I'll move the magnifier to the side. So I run through it again with magnifier off, see if there's a big difference. So I don't know how it came out on camera. It felt a little quicker shooting without the magnifier on at close distance like that. So I'm gonna try and go through it again the other way around. So yeah, you know, for left-handed shooters, it would be nice to have a ambi safety. I kind of just hit it with this hand, but it takes my finger off the trigger, so kind of work with what you have. But so for the most part, I mean, I'm really liking this thing. It's a lot of fun, and I definitely would say it's a decent rifle. I mean, I want to put a lot more rounds to it before I give like 100%. But I will say I have been shooting a Palmetto State Armory for a long time. I have my 16-inch. Oh, and that probably brings up another point. I did put this through a chronograph based compared to my 16-inch, and I did lose 200 feet per second running the same exact ammo through this than I did on my 16-inch. So you will lose some feet per second, definitely, when you're shooting this 10.5-inch versus a 16-inch. So definitely keep that in mind if this is something you want to use. But I think I've gotten it out to 500-600 yards, and it's been easy. I definitely shot prone doing that. My hand's not the steadiest yet. Definitely something I need to work on. So I'm trying to do a lot more offhand shooting versus prone or table shooting. But yeah, so if you have any other questions, guys, leave them down below. You can get a hold of me here, leave a comment down below, or you can reach me on Instagram, Western.ops, or Facebook, Western.ops as well. Until next time, guys, have a great day, and I hope this helps you out a little bit, and let me know if there's anything else I can do.